Welcome back, guys. JP McDaniel here, joined by Rob Simpson, and we have Huck versus Violet coming up to you now. Violet actually just defeated MC earlier today.
Yeah, which is a
pretty big upset. Yeah, but if you think about it, Violet's style is just very unorthodox to a lot of the Zergs that MC is used to playing, and we'll see if Huck is going to have somewhat of a challenge with that as well.
Yeah, you could also say, I mean, MC has a pretty unorthodox style in general as well, right? So it was really...
Wait, he two bases.
But his timings.
His timing, yeah,
kind of funky.
Right.
It's hard to pin exactly what he's doing and when. So match one is going to be here on Daybreak up here in the upper right-hand corner of the map, playing as the Red Protoss. This is Evil Genius's Huck. And down here in the lower left-hand corner has that blue Zerg playing for Empire. This is Violet.
Yeah, so what Violet has been doing is this very quick Tier 3 tech. Talking to Grubby, I believe, before the match.
He's the man to talk to if you need information, man.
Yeah, he is. He's on top of things here at the Spring Arena #1. So we'll see if Huck can deal with that. On a map like this, a lot of times if the Protoss goes for an early third, the Zergs will just start powering drones as hard as you can, get up to 200 supply very quickly, and just try to put a stop to it. The only player that was able to stop DRG from doing that on this map was MC yesterday. Huck actually losing to DRG on this very same map with that very same style used by DRG. So the other thing that Huck's really been doing in a lot of his matchups is on 2-base, he'll just go up to a very high number of gateways and only use that as his
emphasis
main
on high number.
Yeah, like we're saying like 9.
12.
So yeah, he did go 12 yesterday after Starport, where you cannot support.
As he went for Colossus?
He did have I think he had Twilight Council and a Robo Bay as well. So he was all over the place, and you simply can't support all of that, let alone 12 gateways. Is pretty hard to support on 2-base. So.
That's okay, though. Today is going to be his day of refocus.
Right.
The day to buckle down and really get in there, because every match still counts, because it's only 7th and 8th place get eliminated, right? So you're always fighting to just be in that top 6.
Exactly. We'll see if Violet goes for a... Did he... Yeah, I think he's going for 15 pull here, so he should be opening 3 hatch, which is just the go-to build on this map. This map, I think, PVZ is basically, you're always going to see standard. You're never going to see any 14 gas, 14 pull, or anything like that from the Zerg, and you're never going to see any one base play from the Protoss unless they're trying to throw their opponent a little bit of a wrench in their mind games. And the other player, you said this is a day of players turning it around. Parting right now is 2-0 on DRG, so his first match of the day is going pretty well.
Yeah, he's been playing really well over in that series over there. He was so smart with his use of stalkers during all the battles. He's been staying really active on the map the whole time, making sure that if he's fighting a battle that he's like maybe trading, maybe losing a little bit on, he's being sure to cripple his opponent's economy. So we'll see if Huck's going to be able to do anything like that. Now, speaking with Huck yesterday, he was talking about just really liking warp prisms, right? He has some warp prism strategies. He likes going very quickly up to that really fast robo, pretty much getting as quick of a robo as humanly possible, where he basically just goes Forge, Nexus, Gateway, Cybercore, and then likely robo. So we'll see if he's going to stick to that and get that warp prism out super fast. Over here we do see Violet laying down that third, just as you were mentioning.
Yeah, and this is one of the things that it's going to become the point of attack for Huck. If he does not do anything to Violet or to any Zerg with this 3-hatch opening, the drone count just gets so out of control so quickly that economically, if you don't take a 3rd base early, then you're not going to be able to deal with it at all. So we will see if Huck goes for a 2-base timing here with maybe just 4 gates. You can sometimes just eliminate it if your force fields are on point. And with this very quick +1, I do think we are going to see pretty early timing here from Huck.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. It's relatively akin to one of the first strategies that we saw him use yesterday. He's likely going to start Warp Gate immediately as soon as that's finished up, as well as that first Stalker, and get that out there. Now, I want to wait and see if he is going to go for that Robo, because this is a really similar situation to what we saw him do yesterday. He does still have both gases fully pumping, so he could very well be saving up so that he can get a Warp Prism full of sentries, and if he's able to get over into his opponent's base and really do some heavy econ harass after he adds on a couple additional gateways, that could be really big for him.
Warlord under fire will most not likely die Right now we see 36 drones up for Violet, and he is throwing down his Roach Warren as well as an Evo Chamber. Going to get that quick +1. Only on 2 gas at this moment, though. Should see him continue to drone up as soon as he scouts what's going on from his opponent. And here we go, actually. The gateways are coming.
Oh, yeah, no robo coming out of Huck, man.
Yeah, so he's going to do a 6 base. Oh,
seven
okay,
gates.
8
gates.
Does he have only
Wait
2? No.
minute.
So one thing that Huck does do is only leave 2 of his probes on the assimilators and goes for a very, very hard Zealot push. But looks like Huck is just going to be going for this 8-gate push.
Wow, he's actually got a... This is going to be interesting. Now, he doesn't have any probe out on the map quite yet, so he doesn't have a forward pylon anywhere. And there he is, moving out a couple stalkers as well as that first probe to try to get some pylon somewhere on the map so that he can have a little bit more map presence. And now, as all of those gateways finish up, the question is where is he going to attack, right? Because Violet is in a position that he can actually just build a lot of units and be pretty much ready for this. Now, Huck's been a little bit slower on changing those gateways into warp gates, and he's going to need to make something happen fast if this is going to work.
Yeah, Huck's going to go for the 3rd base here. It is just the longer pathway for Zergs to really get to when it comes from their main base. But if you look at the drone count, Violet stopped at 42, which is a pretty low number. Huck might be able to overwhelm this 3rd base. He does have a lot of roaches and not very sentry heavy, opting for that very zealot heavy play here. We do see another, he's just putting pylons all over the place, which might be very troublesome for Violet. He's going to make sure he splits his army up correctly. Looks like Huck is now just going to go straight into 3rd as the army is somewhat out of position.
Oh, man. Yeah, and here comes Huck pushing into that 3rd, and now there's not enough units there to deal with this. This is actually a very nice timing from Huck as he gets in there. Oh, man, and a couple of those force fields, just able to split up the army a little bit so that he's forced to not be able to use all of his army in this engagement. And now we just see so many units are going to be coming out of Violet very soon. They're rushing up to the 3rd to its defense, and now Huck just has so many gateways, he's not going to be able to keep up with that production that he initially started out with, and as he runs out of force fields, it's looking like his attack is just going to run out of gas.
Yeah, it looks like Huck was caught off guard with just the sheer amount of units that Violet was able to get out this early, even with the very low drone count only on 42.
Ooh, but over here in the natural, it seems as though he tried running by a few zealots, but not too much has happened over there either, just as Violet cleans up that entire assault on the 3rd and continues with his counter.
Yeah, now you're going to see Violet really start to drone, already up to 4, get his upgrades, get his +1, get that road speed, and probably just go for a big counterattack here. He's going to check the 3rd base for Huck, see what's going on as we see the Ling going that way. And if he sees a 3rd base, he's going to go immediately for that. But if he sees only 2 base, we might just see him take a 4th and really start to drone even more so.
Yeah, I mean, really, Violet just has so much freedom right now.
Right.
Huck's over there adding on his robo, trying to get in some zealots. He does have +1, so it's going to help him just carve straight through all of those Lings.
Yeah, and there's 9 drones in production for Violet, 7 more now on the way. He's probably not going to stop until he gets up around upwards of 70. And possibly take a 4th base here pretty soon. So Violet checking the 3rd base, doesn't see anything. Most likely will just fall back. He needs to make sure he doesn't get force fielded by these sentries and lose too many forces. The probe, I think, is ready to take a 3rd. You can even see the mineral counts is ready for it as well. But Violet's going to have something to say about that. He might lose some units here.
Oh, man. Here goes, oh, wow. Ouch. The probe does go down, and Huck continues down here. Oh, trying to land those force fields. He stops. Oh, only a few of them leaving a small hole for the rest of those roaches to just slip through and escape from. But this might give him the window of opportunity that he needs. Maybe he's still going to put down that Nexus. It's going to be a little bit risky for him, though at this point, Violet hasn't continued reinforcing that that army out there. She's got some time.
A robo?
Yes, he does.
Okay, he does.
Yeah.
So does he have an observer out real quick?
Nope.
No, he's going for the immortal first. A little bit fearful of those roaches, and we can see Burrow movement coming out as well as Burrow for Violet. If he can deal a lot of damage with that, then he's obviously going to be in a great spot. If he could delay this 3rd any longer and get to his 4th base up, economically he's going to be so far ahead. Let's take a look at the drone count, already up to 85 there. Should not go higher than that. If he does, you're going to start to see a lot of spine crawlers go down as he's going to be taking his 5th base in the middle here pretty soon. Still staying on this lair tech though. And we do have Tunnel and Claws very close to being finished, but Huck with the wall up here with all of the gates. He is at so many gateways here, Rob.
Yeah, that puts him, what, at 13 now? Something? Because he was at 9.
12, yeah.
12. Oh, no, there's got to be a 13th somewhere, right? Because he had 9 earlier? Or was it only 8?
It was only 8.
Ah, okay. Are you sure that 8 plus 4 isn't 13, man?
I'm sure. I am sure. Day 9 taught me good at math. Taught me good at math. Didn't teach me good at English, though. Huck is going to be taking out the, or trying to at least, that will make his reinforcements get across the map a lot faster. And Violet kind of taking Huck's army for a run over here on the south part of the map. We see tunneling claws coming into play, but the observer is going to be there to spot for Huck. And with that, a lot of lost roaches will be for Violet. But at this point, you see the Spire coming down, a lot more roaches coming out for Violet's going to be able to push Huck away because economically he's just so far ahead.
Oh, yeah. And we can just even, like, take a look at income over there. We see that right now
Almost
Violet's
double
got
it,
just
yeah.
about 2.5 times the amount of income, approaching 3 times the amount of income because he's just so well saturated. Now, this has also happened to be at the split second that Huck was also transferring some probes down to his third, so the deficit probably isn't as large as we made it out to be. And here goes Huck, pushing through the center, taking down that destructible debris. Although Violet's going to be ready for him, man.
Yep. And, oh, you can even see right here the nice little wedge that Violet has prepared for him. The big thing here is that Huck has to keep these sentries alive. He's doing an okay job. A lot of the Zealots, all the Zealots actually being taken out.
Oh,
and, ooh, great maneuver there from Violet, forcing the attack move army of Huck forward a little bit. Ouch. And now he's catching so many of these sentries off, and he's going to be able to burrow underneath. Reinforcements are coming, but if he can get that Immortal down, as well as the sentries, as he does very easily, can easily reinforce this with so many more roaches, he's going to be able to just destroy this army for Huck in due time and make sure that Huck falls back, which is what we're seeing.
Yeah, and Violet's just going to continue pumping out all of those roaches. He's just finished his +2 missile upgrade. So that means those roaches are swinging for 20 damage.
Yeah.
20 damage per volley, man.
And
so when you have that many, like, you already have your opponent outnumbered, and you're out upgraded.
Yeah, and you saw 20 roaches actually pop up there in that fight. 196 of 200. And over here, looking to see if there's any upgrades on... well, no, the Twilight Council is only about half, so he does not have Blink. And we're going to see Violet go straight for the third, which is where he should go. He's going to have to chew through these gateways first before able to really deal the majority of the damage to those cannons. Although the front line of roaches is able to reach them. Force fields not being dropped down. Violet being very smart, using these forces to delay Huck from reinforcing his third. Meanwhile, all of the cannons have been lost now. All that remains are 2 sentries and its defense. Violet's just playing so well, using the huge force against Huck in a pretty smart way, splitting it up and making sure that he's taking damage on 2 fronts.
Yeah, and Violet actually just has plenty of time over there as well to take down those pylons if he wants. And he can power down 4 of those warp gates. Although he is a little bit distracted by the units right now as he continues his assault through there. Now he's starting to work on the destructible debris out in front of the natural as he continues his assault. Oh man, and there's no cannons up, and right now there isn't an observer over there, so he's able to use those tunneling claws and get right by, and now Huck's forced to use his probes to try to defend this, and just the casualty count is climbing so quickly.
Yeah, so many roaches here. Violet's been at 200 supply for so long. Look at his economy, 3,000 minerals, 800 gas. That is basically Zerg heaven when it comes to only producing these roaches, and it's becoming such an annoyance for Huck to deal with. Does he have 2 observers out? Yes, so he will be able to defend at least on that front. But here over at the main, he's taking out destructible rocks. A lot of force fields being dropped. 2 immortals still stand, one of them very low, but the remaining stalkers are going to be able to reinforce this. But look at the roach count. We see 19 more coming into play. We see the great spine crawler wall starting, and that means he's going to go up and start teching. So we see pathogen glands already on the way.
Well, and he's going to prepare to take that middle base too, right? Because now, as soon as he gets that spine wall up, it's going to make it really comfortable for him to be able to get out and secure that 5th base. And meanwhile, we see Violet just pushing right through, stopping Huck from really getting comfortable at all over at his 3rd. Huck's going to have a hard time staying in this one as Violet just continues to mow through his buildings left and right. Oh man, it's looking like the Nexus is going to be able to go down right here. Huck is just unable to reinforce in time, and it's taken down.
And, you know, Violet is just all over Huck here, being so annoying with these 2 groups of roaches, just bouncing back and forth. Scoring that kill on the Nexus is going to do wonders for Violet, because Huck's not going to be able to keep reinforcing this giant army that he has. They're going to start to see the supply just start to dwindle for Huck, as he's going to be taking the brunt of both of these 2 armies now over at his natural. Probes even being pulled, 109 to 178. 44 lings coming out. The Infestors on the way. Huck is just really losing so much here. And Violet was playing so well there. Good game. Violet goes up 1-0, and I'm not at all